Now, Kotak Mahindra Bank has responded to a recent report highlighting the significantly high number of frauds being reported by the bank. And the bank has raised concerns about inconsistency in fraud reporting by other banks. Kotak Mahindra Bank says it's raised this issue with the Reserve Bank of India. Ritu joins us now to explain. So, Ritu, Kotak Mahindra Bank essentially sending out a message to the regulator saying that there needs to be uniformity in reporting by banks on frauds.
Well, let me first set the context where recent RBI data showed that Kotak Mahindra Bank reported 5,278 frauds in the April-June quarter of this financial year, which is by far the highest compared to all other banks. And this stands in stark contrast when you compare it to, say, an ICICI Bank, which reported 436 frauds, HDFC Bank 303, IndusInd Bank 200, and so on. And it gets even more interesting if you look at the number of frauds reported by public sector banks, which are far larger in size, with a few exceptions like IOB and Central Bank. The other PSBs like SBI have reported single-digit frauds, less than 10 cases. Now, Kotak Mahindra Bank has released a statement which could explain this huge differential. Kotak Bank says comparing the frauds reported across banks is like comparing apples to oranges. It said, and I quote, "We have observed that there is significant variance in what is chosen to be reported to the regulator by other banks. We have appealed to the regulator via our letters dated 17th March and 30th of August 2022 to enforce standardization in reporting requirements," end of quote. Now, for the period reported, of the 5,200 odd instances for Kotak, actually 97% are digital and card-related frauds, which often occur because of customers sharing their passwords, PINs, or clicking on unknown links, etc. And Kotak Mahindra Bank has alleged that other banks do not appear to be exhaustively or uniformly reporting these kinds of frauds, which could explain why the number of frauds reported by Kotak Mahindra Bank is far, far higher. Now, is the number of such card and digital frauds actually higher in volume than other kinds of frauds? Well, yes, RBI data does support this. In FY22, for instance, almost 40% of all customer complaints regarding frauds were linked to ATM and debit card transactions or mobile and electronic banking, compared to only 28% of complaints relating to loans and advances. So the summary is, don't just go by headline numbers. There is more than meets the eye.